Good morning. It's really an honor to be here, a privilege to be here with you this morning to help kick off this event. The work that you are doing in terms of energy management is critical in improving air quality and in our fight against climate change, so thank you. But before I get started, though, let me talk a little bit about who SMUD is. So SMUD stands for the Sacramento Municipal Utility District. We are located in Northern California. Our service territory is about 900 square miles, and we have about 645,000 customers. We're slightly different than other municipal utilities in that we are not part of the city government. We're actually governed by our own elected 7-member board of directors, and they set the policy and strategic direction for SMUD. Their focus really is then on the operations and running of SMUD versus some of the other problems that come with running a city. So I think that makes us pretty unique in terms of utilities. In 2020, our board of directors adopted a climate emergency declaration, which really instructed staff to take action in the fight against climate change. And in response to that, we developed our 2030 zero carbon plan, which was approved by our board in April of 2021. Our goal is to eliminate all emissions from our power supply by 2030 and to support our region's decarbonization efforts through the electrification of transportation and the electrification of buildings. It is absolutely the most ambitious goal of any large utility in the United States, and I'm honored to be leading that transition. This slide is a little dated in that it states that our power mix is 50% carbon-free, but we are now about 60% carbon-free. Our renewables today are made up of wind, solar, biomass, geothermal, and we have a large hydroelectric facility that's located in the Upper American River area, so in the El Dorado National Forest. The remaining 40% of our energy portfolio comes from our natural gas power plants. So in terms of emissions, we're actually pretty clean today. We don't have coal associated, and we never have with our power supply. So really, really proud of that. But we still have work to do. So if I start with our why, SMUD and our regional agencies recognize that we are facing a climate crisis and we must do our part. Sacramento has some of the worst air quality in the nation, and local childhood asthma rates are significantly higher than the national average. This is a depiction of our 2030 zero carbon plan. There are 5 sections within that plan. The first is our natural gas generation repurposing section. So today we have 5 natural gas plants. We're looking to retire, retool those plants to eliminate emissions. The second portion of our plan is the proven clean technology section. And in this area, we're looking to expand our renewable energy portfolio by increasing our generation assets with known technologies such as wind, solar, geothermal, and leveraging the renewable resources that are adopted by our customers. So things like rooftop solar and battery storage. In the new technology and business model section, we're looking to pilot and scale new technologies. This includes things like long duration energy storage, virtual power plants, and vehicle to grid technologies. In the financial section of our plan, we have a goal of limiting rate increases to the rate of inflation, and we believe that we can achieve this by leveraging the federal and state funding that's available to support the energy transition, but also by leveraging private partnerships in which we help to bring technologies to scale in exchange for either discounted pricing or some other financial benefit for our community and for our customers. And finally, our plan includes a commitment to leave no community behind and to ensure that we lead the energy transition in an equitable manner. And this is a really important part of our plan. A huge component of this comes from the creation of new clean technology jobs. We've partnered with community-based organizations in order to develop workforce training in the areas that we believe will be needed to support the energy transition. And this includes solar and battery installations, EV charging installation and maintenance, electrical technicians, and we are intentionally delivering this training within our under-resourced communities. With all major industry transitions, we believe that there are opportunities to be had, and we want to make sure that our most vulnerable communities benefit from this transition. So this is an image that I like to use with my team. We are on the road to zero carbon, and there is a mountain of work ahead of us. But I think the key message here is not really the mountain, it's really that we cannot lose sight of those guardrails. In order to be successful in this transition, we must maintain our reliability and affordability. SMUD has some of the cheapest rates in California, and every dollar that we save has a direct benefit to the local community, and we can't forget that. We have built trust with our community and our customers because they can count on us to be affordable and reliable, and it's really important that as we move forward with this transition, that we do so in a way that we maintain that affordability and reliability. I want to spend a little bit of time going through the progress that we've made. This is a visual representation of our high-level schedule. So what you see in red is what we've completed to date. The green is the progress, is what's in progress, and then blue and purple are projects that are currently being considered. Since the adoption of our plan, so 2021 through today, we've added about 100 megawatts of utility scale solar, and that's that Drew Solar power purchase agreement that you see in 2022. We've also added 100 megawatts of geothermal, and that was through a Calpine power purchase agreement for geothermal resources that came online earlier this year. We also installed a 4 megawatt battery, lithium ion battery at our Hedge training facility. It's actually a good place to connect into our grid and then also have the space for hands-on training for any new technologies that we're introducing to our system. If we look today forward, so Solano 4 is in the works, which will increase, it's a wind project, and it will increase the amount of wind energy that we have online. It's located in Solano County, hence the name, and it's our fourth project there, but it's scheduled to be completed by next summer. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule with that project. Earlier this week, we had a lot of the components of the turbines being delivered on site. So we had a lot of the blades and the rotors coming in on large trucks. So it was pretty awesome to see, but that is definitely underway. And we were trying to beat the weather in terms of getting the project completed. So getting ahead of the winter, but I think it'll probably be spring before we actually complete, but still ahead of the planned summer timeline. We have a partnership with ESS, which is a long duration energy storage provider. ESS manufactures iron flow battery systems. And these are systems that are currently an 8-hour battery system. So it's more than your traditional 4-hour battery, but the goal there is to achieve a 12-hour battery system by increasing the energy density that's available. We currently have a 450 kW system installed, again, at our Hedge facility. So again, that's our training facility, but also connected into our grid. So again, making it a really good test site, especially with new technology. The battery is currently in the commissioning phase. And if it passes our testing and our commissioning process, then we'll proceed forward with installing a larger battery system, which ESS calls their energy center. And that will be a 3.6 megawatt, 8-hour battery system. So just about 29 megawatt hours of capacity there. And we'll have contracts to scale up we have contracts in place to scale up the installation of that technology, again, if they pass our testing. So a little bit about ESS. They're a manufacturer located in the United States. They're in Washington. But in exchange for us testing and helping to bring their technology to scale, because this iron flow battery system is a new technology, one of the things that we negotiated is the placement of their assembly facility in Sacramento. So again, delivering on that promise of bringing new clean technology jobs to our region. So once we get through the testing, as we get into phase 2 of the project, again, if they pass our testing, their assembly facility, in order for them to ramp up, they'll need to expand their space, and that expansion will happen in Sacramento. And then if you look at the 2026 timeframe, we have a lot of work that's coming online in that time period. We have power purchase agreements with 3 projects that will add about 600 megawatts of utility scale solar and about 300 megawatts of battery storage. The largest of these projects is our Country Acres project, which is 344 megawatts of solar and 172 megawatts 4-hour battery system. And this will be our largest solar and storage project to date. It's located just north of our service territory in Placer County. We do have about 2,300 customers in Placer County today. There's new development that's happening in that area, so we're expecting another 5,000 customers. So this project will be important not only to help serve the new load growth that we're seeing in that area, but also in our decarbonization plans. A key component of this project that we're really excited about is we are partnered with UC Davis on a demonstration and study of agrivoltaics at that site. So agrivoltaics is the use of land for a combination of agriculture and photovoltaics. Once installed, this will be the largest demonstration site of agrivoltaics in the United States. So pretty excited about the work that we're doing there. I think one of the cool features of that agrivoltaic site is an orchard. So in Placer County, their orchards are very important to them. And so making sure that we are maintaining the agriculture aspects of the land is really important. So we're doing sheep grazing and other things as well in addition to the agriculture, but that orchard I'm really excited to see. In addition to that, towards the bottom of 2026, you'll see there in blue, there's an infill project at McClellan. So McClellan is an old decommissioned Air Force base that's located within our service territory. And at that location, we'll be installing a 70 megawatt battery energy storage system. And it's a really good example of an infill project and the ability to take advantage of already disturbed land. And so that is very important to our board to make sure that we're minimizing the impacts to land as we deploy utility scale resources. And as you start to look beyond 2026, we have quite a bit of work still to do. You can see that at the bottom. Those are our gaps that we're still looking for some projects. But we do have a few geothermal resources that will be added into our portfolio in the 2028 and 2020 or 2030 time period. And that's the 50 megawatts in each year, the 28 and the 2030 of geothermal. And then in terms of new technologies supporting the transition of our gas power plants, we're really looking at two different paths. And the first is hydrogen, and it's not shown here on the path, or on the graph, but I think it's really important to note that we still have our 5 gas power plants and needing to figure out within the next year or so what our transition of those plants looks like. And again, we're focused on two different paths. The first is hydrogen. And so we are part of a California statewide collaborative called ARCHES, which is the Alliance for Renewable Clean Hydrogen Energy Systems. And ARCHES was really designed to accelerate renewable hydrogen in California. So California submitted an application in April to the Department of Energy through ARCHES. And that application, I guess, just 2 weeks ago, in October, the Department of Energy announced that California and ARCHES was awarded $1.2 billion. It was one of 7 awardees of the regional clean hydrogen hubs. We have 2 projects within that collaborative, so under that grant. The first is we are partnering with a company called Moat, and it's in developing a first a biomass facility. It's a biomass gasification facility in California. And it produces, the idea is to produce carbon negative hydrogen from wood waste and produce energy from that. We're partnering also, the second project is a partnership with Air Products and the Sacramento Metropolitan Air Quality Management District. And so that project is to demonstrate and deploy hydrogen. So we envision producing hydrogen near our largest gas power plants and to utilize eventually that hydrogen for energy production there. But in the short term, using that hydrogen to support transportation and industrial applications in the region. So we're very confident that through ARCHES and this work that hydrogen will become an important part of our energy portfolio, but I'm not confident that it will be there by 2030. So I think that discussion is still happening on timing. I believe that it's prudent for us to look at some interim solutions in case it's not available at that scale by 2030. One of those solutions we believe will be carbon capture and sequestration. So that's the second path for our thermal transition. In the 2027 timeframe, you can see that we're partnering with Calpine for our carbon capture and storage project. This is an existing gas power plant, so it's already in existence. The emissions of that plant, the idea is to capture those emissions post-combustion. It'll run through a scrubber, and then the remaining emissions are then piped to an underground storage location nearby. And this is located at Calpine's Sutter plant. We're currently an off-taker of that plant, so we currently receive the energy from that plant's production today. And Calpine is estimating that the carbon capture and sequestration process will remove more than 98% of the emissions. So that will have an immediate benefit to the surrounding communities in terms and our region's air quality. This plant is also very similar to our largest gas power plant. So we'll be learning from Calpine as we move forward with our project. We'll be working really closely with their engineering and construction partners throughout the process to see if this is something that we can take and apply at our own facilities. So moving on to our customer programs, our zero carbon plan customer programs are generally grouped into 4 portfolio areas that you see here. They're focused on specific components of our zero carbon plan. Our building electrification and energy efficiency portfolio is designed to help customers decarbonize by optimizing and managing their electricity use and converting from gas to efficient electric equipment. Transportation electrification portfolio also consists of incentives, information, special rates to help our customers purchase and charge EVs for their homes and for their businesses. And our DER, or Distributed Energy Resource and Load Flexibility portfolio, provides incentives to customers to participate in our programs that shift and manage energy loads during times when energy is needed or when excess energy is available, which really helps to reduce our overall energy cost and aligns with our affordability goals. Our green pricing programs give our customers the ability to opt into programs that help to support the development of renewable and carbon-free electricity while meeting their personal goals or corporate objectives specific to their own carbon footprint. So taking advantage of the RECs that are associated with those resources. But the 2 areas that I'm going to focus on is the building electrification and energy efficiency and the transportation electrification portfolio. So some background, the state of California has aggressive clean energy mandates with the adoption of Assembly Bill 1279. The state is looking to achieve carbon neutrality by 2045. And the city of Sacramento is currently updating their climate action and adaptation plan, which details the city's efforts to support the state's goal. The city in 2016 developed a greenhouse gas inventory report, which identified buildings as contributing 30% of total emissions citywide, so making buildings a critical area to decarbonize. Cities and counties within California are adopting mandates for electrification of homes and buildings. And in June of 2021, the city of Sacramento adopted a policy that would require all new buildings under 3 stories tall to be all electric by 2023. And extends that mandate to all new construction by 2026. So the retrofit of existing buildings is a key strategy in achieving the city's climate goals. Both our residential and commercial building electrification and energy efficiency portfolio is really geared towards helping our customers with this transition. From a residential standpoint, we have our Advanced Home Solutions contractor network to assist. We offer rebates to our residential customers for the installation of things like heat pump HVAC units, heat pump water heaters. We also offer rebates in terms of energy efficiency measures such as ceiling or insulation, and rebates for circuit and panel upgrades to accommodate the additional load from electrification. We also provide information about energy usage through home electricity reports. We have online energy store available through our website, and that directly ties into our rebates, and we support educational classes for induction cooking as well. For supporting our business customers, we have several different options that span from a self-service approach to customized solutions. Within our Express Energy Solutions area, our incentives are capped at $40,000 per customer site annually, which includes rebates for going electric, rebates for energy efficiency, or other equipment. In the complete energy solution space, we offer an option for customers to utilize financing by incorporating their energy savings into finance payments to pay for their projects over time. And then with our custom retrofit incentives under the Advanced Commercial Solutions, we tailor fit incentives to our customers' unique situations. So incentives are available for beneficial electrification, energy efficiency projects, and they can involve a wide variety of equipment depending on their unique business. Our multifamily retrofit programs are designed for multifamily properties of 5 units or more, with incentives to switching to a cleaner, more efficient electric space heating, water heating, cooking, appliances, electric appliances, and more. The program offers a complimentary multifamily assessment that incorporates energy efficiency, building electrification, and transportation electrification, with additional funding for qualified low-income properties. On the commercial side, the new construction area, Commercial Integrated Design Solutions is our commercial new construction program that offers electrification and energy efficiency incentives. We offer up to $250,000 for owners, and for all electric designs, we offer up to $10,000 for the design teams. On our residential smart homes, home builders who participate in our all-electric smart home programs receive financial incentives for all-electric single-family and multifamily homes. In regards to electrifying transportation, the state of California has adopted a mandate that all new vehicles sold in the state will need to be electric or plug-in electric hybrids by 2035. There's also a requirement that all public transit agencies need to increase the purchasing of zero-emission buses, ramping up to 100% of purchases by 2029, with a goal of fully transitioning their entire fleet by 2040. We're fully supporting that transition through our transportation electrification portfolio that you see here. Key items in this space that we've done include the opening of mobility hubs in our underserved communities to ensure that they have access to charging and mobility. We're also supporting our school districts in the electrification of their buses and piloting managed charging with those same buses. We've also launched a Call Us First or Contact Us First marketing campaign that helps educate customers on right-sizing their charging equipment based on their driving patterns. And that's really geared at lowering the overall cost for charging infrastructure and reducing grid impacts. We also have a really big focus on installing chargers at multifamily units. We do see that the easiest place for people to charge are either at work or at home, because you're there the longest for the longest amount of time. And those in multifamily units seem to they're not able to take advantage of that same setup. So really working with our multifamily properties to install charging equipment there as well. So SMUD is on a path to eliminate our emissions from our power supply by 2030, and getting to absolute zero is a bold and ambitious goal, but it's one that we believe we can and must achieve. Electrification of buildings and transportation is a key part of our plan, as these are, again, the largest emission sources in California. We're a community-owned, not-for-profit utility, and our customers and our community are at the heart of everything that we do. And with this plan, we believe we're helping to create a cleaner and healthier region for our customers. Throughout today, you'll hear from speakers about the drivers of electrification, how to execute electrification plans, and lessons learned from those who are making real progress in this space. The work that you are doing is a key part of the solution for climate change. So I just want to say thank you for everything that you're doing.